Hi, welcome. Today I'm going to explain to you the reasoning behind the silent video experiment. If you're not even aware of it, make sure to check on my channel. I recently uploaded a video, something titled Kenny Veach, M Cave, Dylan Rounds, Mysteries, etc. discussion. It was about 7 hours long, slideshow of nature photos taken by me, 7 hours long, right? People in general seem to be very perplexed, their minds discombobulated, not quite understanding or grasping what it was all about. Recently, there's been a few people whinging, whining, bitching, moaning, and a few people confused as well in the chat at the time when the video was live premiering, okay? The simple reality is, if humans bothered to check my community post at the time, you would understand. If people bothered to watch my video before the 7-hour one on the same day, you would understand. Okay? It's as simple as that. But clearly, majority of people did not do that. And maybe those who may have watched still didn't quite understand. So what I have to do now is become the teacher. Feel free to sit at your desk and I will explain. If you wonder why I'm talking in a weird robotic voice, I think it's necessary for humans to understand what I am saying, okay? So, the backstory is, within the Dylan Rounds community over time, different channels have got the different videos, coverages, styles, okay? Some do live video premieres, kind of like me, well, mainly me, and at times Lance Kelly does the same. Others do pure live streams, a range of them. Some do call-ins, like Jim Terry, Mr. X. Others do one-on-one interview live streams with the likes of Candice Cooley, Doug, no thanks, right? And then some kind of all get together as one in a group and just talk it out and chat, hang out, okay? Different styles. Then there's another one where people have done live streams, pure live streams, but there's nothing going on in the actual video. It's just like fancy visual stuff and maybe music being played, okay? Kaylee has done that, Johnny Yarborough has done that, etc. Okay? And I was thinking at the time, because there wasn't really a video to be made on the day, if I didn't make a video on the day, some people would have complained. So a video was done anyway. And I thought, how can you get into a situation where you can get people to come on in and to hang out, to chat, to share ideas, okay? It needs to be in a live video premiere format. So the video itself isn't that important, but the chat box is a chat room video, okay? Other channels have already done it. Some of you may have been on those channels when they did it, and that's pretty much it, okay? The way I see it is, the video what I did, I had to be efficient, okay? You got to think of file size, right? That's what you got to take in mind. The video, 7 hours long, the contents within it, only photos, the resolution decreased, the frame rate decreased, no music, all because of file size. Does that make sense? If I exported the video that's 7 hours long in 1080 HD, there's not enough space. It would take forever to save, to upload. It's not efficient. It would be pointless, right? And because the main focus is on the chat box, the live video premiere format, what you see on screen doesn't matter as much, okay? I can understand from the other perspective, well, other people have done it, but they've put in the music aspect, they've put in all the different songs and stuff, right? Here's the thing, Maria going on about music should have been added in, a few other people mention it as well, but as I said, time, efficiency, file size. You try finding 7 hours worth of music, okay? You try finding music which doesn't get copyright claimed, okay? As I've clearly said in the past, YouTube is very toxic when it comes to music, and I'm not going to risk myself, I'm not going to risk my time for it to backfire, okay? Adaptation, okay? What order was it in? I can't really remember. Probably Ghost, Catalyst, Adapted. That is how it goes in life, okay? In my reality. So the way I envisioned it was you got a video but set up as a live video premiere, which enables the chat box, a live chat box, a live feed, where people share their thoughts, opinions, reactions, etc. Just like any other video beforehand. The unique thing about this video though was it was welcome to all kinds of discussions. Not having to really focus on Dylan, not having to really focus on Kenny, but just in general. If you want to talk about it, feel free to, that's good. If you want to talk about other things, feel free, that's good. The unique additional thing about this video was 7 hours, meaning long enough for people to come and go and return if they wish, to have long enough detailed discussions without being cut off by the video itself. As you know, I can only do so much when it comes to doing videos, right? I can't be dragging them out extensively because that's not good, right? It's got to be of an appropriate length with reasonable material shared, discussed, analysed, etc. Okay? Videos could be about an hour long, up to 2 hours pushing it, okay? One of the maximum ones I did in the past probably may have been 2 hours, 54 minutes or something. And that was quite pushing it, both file size, uploading time and efficiency, but it was necessary. And there was a fair bit to be able to talk about in the chat. Though the shorter videos I may have done here and there, which are still long by average standards on YouTube, as you know. There's been some interesting discussions and then they've been cut short because the video has ended and so has the chat, okay? So by having it 7 hours long, you have the time to talk at your own pace, your own rate, and so on. As well, it was finally the place, the time where people could complain, whinge, whine, drama related, have it out with one another. And clearly that did not happen. So my conclusion to this, make sure you're listening. Wes, Stump, Indiana, Cleo, Maria, extensive godlike stamina, okay? They did well sticking around for that long. Was it some kind of Dr. Zimbardo prison experiment? Was it some kind of Bowlby visualization or Piaget, the egocentrism? No. It was just a place where you could just talk if you wanted to, casually, formal or informal. But shout out to those who did stick around for a long time. That must be acknowledged, of course. Though, the likes of maybe Dale or the likes of Graham, they finally have a chance to whinge, whine, complain, have it out with others or bring others in, and for it to be a full-on fuck-up, chaos, scrapyard, wasteland. None of that happened because in an indirect way, the filtering process took place, okay? If there is a certain video or a certain theme that doesn't interest certain people, they're not going to stick around. They walk away, they go elsewhere, right? So what does it really highlight at the end of the day is that when I'm doing Dylan Round videos, let's say, and there's drama there, and there's disruption, a circus performance, as quoted by Linda Gushing, okay? Does that mean people are only coming in to cause disruption directly because they don't want the Dylan Rounds case to be solved? I don't know, maybe some people might think that. I know some people do strongly believe that a fair few people that do watch my videos don't actually give a damn or even know who Dylan Rounds is, but they're just here to piss about and cause disruption. That could be evident and true at times. What I would say from last night, at least, able to redirect it in the right way. If I step on in or if more people just start ignoring the other degenerates at times, or the odd bit of degenerative behaviour, and you just keep asking questions or just keep trying to stick to the topic, the subject, it drowns out all the other unnecessary shit in the chat at times, right? So people are spamming stuff, okay? There can be consequences for that, as you know. But if people are spamming stuff and it's just, what are you doing? What's the point of this? Instead of calling them out on it, which is fueling more trouble, just simply respond and say, anyway, what do you think about the case? What do you think about this current situation? And it'll either go one of two ways. It will, one, disrupt their flow, so they've got to stop, think about something more relatable to this video, and they may come out with a response. That's good. You've disrupted the flow, you got rid of some of the disruption itself to begin with, and now you've got a few more conversations going, okay? If it goes the other way, and they're like, whatever, then that's a filtering process in which highlights that they don't give a damn and they're just pissing about. So it's kind of a win-win situation, okay? So if we're referring back to that 7-hour video, okay? It was the perfect time, the perfect place and space to have it out, to have a go, to complain, to do the drama, to do all the chaos, call everyone out, bring everyone into this one spot. It's happened in the past where Graham or Dale or someone else has called out Stoney, Stoney's come along, or called out Eddie, Eddie's come along, called out Pancakes, Pancakes come along, called out Kathy Waters, Kathy Waters come along, and then it all goes off in the air like fireworks, okay? And yet it didn't happen this time round because some of those people didn't bother sticking around long enough because it wasn't of interest to them. Is it because they failed to understand the brief of the video? Possibly. But that's not my problem. They should have checked the previous video and the community post, as I said, directed at the start of this video, okay? If it wasn't because of that, then it's like, well, what more do you want? You got the chance, you got the opportunity, do you take it? No. Well, that's not my problem, once again. But they will behave in different ways, or they will do that stuff in the other videos, which are more important, not in this video where it's not as important, and they've actually got longer times to talk. So, yeah, but let's be realistic. I expected for stuff like this to happen, okay? What about the discussion about Dylan Rounds or Kenny Veach? The Kenny Veach discussion fell flat. I think it was completely dead, not even really talked about. As for the Dylan Rounds discussion, pretty flat, okay? So I think the overall talk in that video was very loose, very casual, which is good, of course. There wasn't much drama either, so you could say there was a positive at the end of the day for the regular viewers, the consistent people, the ones that have shown a lot of support to the channel. They were able to have a moment, well, more so a few hours, to be able to just talk without any other issues or problems, right? So there's always alternative positives to how the experiment may go, right? As for, in my mind, why did I call it an experiment? Because it's something I've never done before, right? I'm basing it off and, you know, try and pick it up from like how other people have done it themselves, but with a twist. And the twist was no music, okay? Much longer, okay, and more focused and dedicated to the live chat replay as well. And this is the thing, just about all my videos, the live chat replay is available to look at when you watch a video which has already premiered, right? So if you go back on my video last night and watch it right now, the live chat replay box chat of communication is still there on the right hand side of the screen. I think it's a drop down box, but if you click on it, then it shows the chat, how it all unfolded throughout that video, right? So it documents it all. The only thing I would say and highlight at the end of the day is it probably is much harder to understand if you are either a new viewer, an old-time returning person, you're not keeping up with the updates, you didn't even look at them, and as well, you didn't watch it in the live video premiere format at the time, and you just come on in now, clicked on a video and thought, 7 hours long, no sound, no talking. What am I supposed to be looking at? What's the point of this? There's no music, so I guess there's no meditation. There's photos, but yeah, whatever. What am I looking at? Yeah, in that situation, maybe you would be very confused and fucked, okay? But a few little pointers here and there. There's a live chat box top right, so maybe if you click on that, you'd figure out some of the responses, because I clearly explained at the start of that video in the live chat, okay, at the time of the live video premiere, I explained clearly what it was all about, and I had to explain it several times as well, okay? So people could just click on that and then think, okay, oh, that's what it was about. Relevant at the time. And it's interesting, people complain about this video, yet they didn't bother complaining about the other channels out there that have done the same exact thing. That's very interesting. There's been times when Johnny Yarborough, maybe more so in the early days, did some kind of actual live stream, and it was just a fucking red screen with a few dancing clowns or something, and it's like, what the fuck's going on here? No one complained there. Is that what you call a bit of two-faced behaviour? Maybe, for some. But hopefully, it's very understandable now. And as well, to be honest, you know, the video itself, photos of plants, flowers, nature. So if you are into that, there's the video for you. You know, there's many different avenues of looking at it, and it seems like most humans didn't even look down any avenue to begin with or try and understand. So arguably disappointing, but at the same time, statistically speaking, this video, this pointless video, ended up performing better than a serious, dedicated, full-on hours of working and editing on a serious video topic to do with Dylan Rounds. That is slightly worrying, okay? But I think that pretty much explains it all. If people have grievances, additional questions, list it down below. If you want to check out my previous video, feel free to do so. A link will be provided. And don't worry, it's not a pointless video. It's quite a serious one. It's quite a focused one, and it's about Dylan Rounds. And speaking of which, later on today, or should I say later on tonight, at 9:15 p.m. UK time, we're going to have a update, breaking news update to do with the Brenda's court case of the 24th. You might know some bits, I know some bits, all under control, all coming tonight. Fuck me. Predictions correct once again, and I'll bring them up as well later on. So be on the lookout for the video tonight, 9:15 p.m. UK time.